Coming up next on AVID Achievers, we are joined by Anne Arundel County Public Schools AVID Dell semifinalists. Hello and welcome to AVID Achievers. I am your host, Dot Arita. I am joined today with 3 Anne Arundel County AVID students who have just been named Dell Scholarship semifinalist for the 2016 class. Monet, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Monet Savoy. I'm from Meade High School. I'm a senior in high school. And I've been in AVID for, it's my 6th year in AVID, and I love AVID. It's a great program, and I recommend it to anyone. So it's really great.
And Harry?
My name is Harry Tran. I'm from North County High School. I'm currently a senior. I've been in the AVID program since 6th grade, and currently I'm on the wrestling team. And yeah, I think AVID's a fantastic program.
Awesome. Austin?
Hello, my name is Austin Foster. I have been AVID also since 6th grade. I am a senior. I'm also my student government president. So.
Excellent. Austin, can you tell us, where did you go to middle school? I like to give your middle school teachers credits as well.
I went to Chesapeake Middle School.
Excellent. Harry, where did you go to middle school?
I went to Lindale Middle School.
Excellent. Monet?
My last middle school was Meade Middle School, so that's where I went.
Awesome. And you were in AVID at Meade?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thanks for joining us today. So we just got the announcement that this year AVID has 3 seniors who are semifinalists for the Dell Scholarship, which is a very big deal. So Harry, tell us, if you are chosen to receive the Dell Scholarship Award, what does that award give you as a student?
Well, from my research, what I read, I believe it's $20,000 per year, and of course a Dell laptop. Also, it's pretty much whatever you need from starting college to the end, mentoring, lessons, personal one-on-ones maybe. It's just a great thing to get. Dell was just doing something that, like, I don't know, it's just good.
So it's a pretty prestigious scholarship. So tell me, how difficult was it to apply for the Dell Scholarship?
It was fairly easy for me. I mean, I love to write, especially essays, so it's never been a problem to write essays. So it took me about, I'd probably say about 30 minutes, like for about 3 days to do it.
Okay.
It just flew by for me.
And what did you have to do? What kind of essays did it entail?
It was mainly just essays about your future and what's going on with your life right now, about families and such.
There was some hardship and struggle or adversity was one of the topics.
Yeah. Okay. So how many essays do you think you had to write in total to apply?
Oh,
Each section I'd say about like 5 at most.
Okay. And how many sections were there?
There's like 10. Wasn't there 10? 10. There's like 10
10 total, but I'd say like around 7 or 8 were mainly the writing parts.
Okay. So it was a good amount of work with a great reward.
Yes.
So it's exciting that you guys have been named semifinalists. So Monet, tell us about where have you applied, and have you gotten any acceptances, any other scholarships? Tell us what's going on with your college application process.
It has been hectic because I have applied to 10 colleges. I'm applying to one as of right now. And I've been accepted into 9 out of those 10 colleges.
Wow.
So thank you. And about half of them gave me at least $20,000 in scholarship money. So it's been great, and it's really been a great experience for me so far as my senior year. But
so out of those 9 colleges where you were accepted, what are your top 2 or 3? What are you thinking?
My top 3 would definitely be Pace University, Albright, and Johnston and Wells. So
okay, so you've got some big decisions to make.
Yes.
And do you know what you want to study?
Marketing and fashion merchandise. So I'm into that.
Great.
Kind of
So
thing.
you're paving the path right now.
Yes, I have to.
Excellent. Harry, tell us about your college application process.
I've applied to West Virginia University, Towson University, and Frostburg. I've been accepted to WVU, and I'm right now just waiting to hear back from Towson and Frostburg.
Great. Great. And what do you want to study?
For WVU, I put down criminology, but my main things, I think, go into mechanical engineering, and possibly later on start a career in the FBI, possibly.
Great. Excellent. How about you, Austin?
I applied to 4 colleges. I applied to Drexel University, Stevenson University, UMBC, and University of Maryland College Park. I've been accepted into all 4 of them.
Wow.
And I didn't get any money from College Park, but all 3 other colleges I got about like a quarter of my tuition per year covered. I really want to go to College Park, so when I get back my financial package, I will make the decision. It is between UMBC and College Park, my 2 top schools, because they both have great engineering programs. I plan to pursue a degree in mechanical engineering, and then afterwards get a master's in either a following engineering degree or business, so I can one day have my own firm eventually.
Great. You guys have big plans.
Yeah.
I can see why Dell would think you were such attractive candidates. So the Dell Scholarship is available every year. Students are invited to apply. It does require a little bit of work for a big reward, a lot of essay writing, a lot of thinking, and they're looking for students with an individual determination to succeed. So of course, being AVID students, you've built on that individual determination since 6th grade for the 3 of you. So what makes you so determined to succeed?
Well, I'll have to say my mom. She has really been my biggest cheerleader since forever. So she's really just pushed me to just do everything I have to do to get where I need to be and to not slack off like other people may. So she's really been that person for me.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Monet. My mother has been a big inspiration for me too. She's a hard hustler, and I think that's where I get mine from.
Great.
My motivation is more through just education itself. I haven't really, like my home life's been a little bit disastrous through middle school and high school. But high school, like my teachers and my principal and everyone were always there. And I knew that I would excel well, like in all the classes. I rarely got B's on my transcript, so knowing that I was successful, that was kind of what drove me to go through with all my college applications, fill out the scholarships like the Dell Scholarship and Horatio Alger. And so that's what's kept me thriving.
Awesome. And you guys are great role models for our younger AVID students to see, you know, that the hard work and the dedication and the not slacking off when other people, you know, say, oh, I'm going to let this go, not letting things go, that it is going to pay off for you. So when I looked over the Dell Foundation's website at their scholarship, they talked about GPA. And they talked about GPA a little differently than we talk about GPA in college. So they said to them, GPA was grit, potential, and ambition. So tell me a little bit about your grit. What obstacles have you had to overcome? What did you write about in your application? What things did you have the opportunity to show your grit and really persevere?
My biggest obstacle I always share with people, because I never really shared about it before. When I was younger, I was bullied for like a good amount of time, and it brought me like a dark place to where like I didn't want to be around people. But the fact of like going to school to learn, like that kept me going to want to go back to school, not just the people. But I always share that it made me just to look at the bigger picture and not just focus on what people are saying. So I just, you know, it helped me to focus on who I am and not what people say that I am, you know. So it's been great for me.
Good.
That was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to say my grit is probably being one of the first people in my family to go to college. And just like what Monet said, going to school every day, I'll come home, I'll know something that probably someone in my family doesn't, just learning something new every day. So it's just the fact that I'm excelling myself over them, for them. That's it.
Great.
I would also be the first in my generation to go to college and actually pursue a degree. there was a lot of abuse in my, well, not towards me, but like drug abuse and alcohol abuse, which was not very, it's not good to be around, but dealing with that, I've dealt with struggles in life, and I see like where things can take you, and I've seen that, and I've wanted to stay away from that as far as possible and develop myself and get a college degree so I can one day live a successful life and raise a family of my own. So
Great. So education is a safe place for you,
yes,
a place where you
education is
can
very safe.
excel and really show your determination. That's excellent. So we talked about where you want to go to college. Let's think back to things that you have learned in high school that you know will help you in college. So what were some things that you learned from your teachers, from your family, maybe from AVID, that you know will help you to reach your potential, which is part of what the Dell Scholars Program is looking for?
I know putting in more work than they ask of you is definitely something that is something you demonstrate that's more than just being a student. Someone can do the classwork, but it's when like getting involved, like I'm involved in student government, I'm involved with certain community activities. It's showing an initiative towards bigger things and helping your student body. I think that's what, if you can display that, then that really shows that you can excel in other modes as you develop yourself into the real world.
Great. And what other community activities do you do?
I haven't been able to be involved as a senior as I've been dealing with the college application process and student government duties. Very hectic. But sophomore and junior year, I would be involved with, it's called Interact Club at our school. I don't know if other schools in the county have it. It's almost like a key club. Mm-hmm. But we would go and we would stock our food pantry. We would go to soup cook-offs. We had family fun day at the Pasadena Golf, and we sat there with booths and we would talk to the community, and we've written get well cards for people that got into either accidents or their family had illnesses, and we just wanted to send our thoughts. So that's good. Knowing that someone's out there for them is something good to send them.
Great, great. And Harry, what have you learned in high school that you think will help you excel in college?
Let's see. So my teachers, Ms. Goforth and AVID, and what I learned is that college is a hard life, and that high school might be prepping you up for it, but it's a whole different like vision that you see. Like we do scenarios in school. Let's say like you're studying and you have a test the next day. It's pretty bad. You need to get that extra sleep and all that. And we practice our meal plans and how to organize everything to like juggle all this, just being a student on your own finally, of all that responsibility. It's just an eye-opening experience, just knowing that in about a couple months to a year you're doing that on your own. So that's probably it.
Great, so you're doing a lot to prepare for that. And I think a big focus on, managing your time and figuring out your priorities is really going to benefit you. Right. What about you, Monet? What have you learned in high school that you think will help you succeed?
What I've learned is to not be afraid to ask questions, because I'm a very independent person. I hate to ask for help. So I've learned, especially throughout high school, to really ask and reach out to someone. And also, I can agree with what he said about not being able to really and be involved in like community service, because senior year has really been a hardball since the beginning. So I agree with him with that one. But I've learned to just take everything in one at a time. So
okay,
yeah.
So all three of you have agreed that senior year is difficult.
Yes.
Do you feel like you were prepared?
No.
No?
No.
Do you think we can prepare students to be ready for the senior year?
Yes.
Yes. So what do we need to do differently, say in AVID class, to get our students ready for that senior year push?
My biggest thing is to start applying to colleges as soon as just the summer before your senior year, because you really want to make that deadline for, I guess, the early action, because that really helps you to really get your decisions in early, so you can know what to do, what to expect when it comes time to pay for, I guess, like your expenses and everything like that. So really just start out everything early as possible.
So there are parts of the application that you could start preparing over the summer,
Yes.
even though it might be a little early.
Yes.
There are some things that you could do.
Mhm.
Okay, what other advice would you have?
I can agree with her. Doing most of my applications were early, and so I would tell anyone that are going to apply to college that applying early is probably the best thing you can do, because you're given this pool of applicants, and even if you don't get in, you're put again into another pool of applicants to where you have 2 chances to get in, and you are also offered more scholarship money and everything else when you apply early. So knowing that if you can, that's what I did this year. As soon as I entered my senior year of AVID, I just started getting my application process ready, and I was done by October.
Okay.
So, and I mean, the 7 years that we were in AVID, I mean, we going over like doing research projects on certain colleges, knowing like ballpark prices on meals and stuff. It's definitely helped out. Like when I started senior year, because I already knew like what colleges that I wanted to apply to. So it wasn't like I didn't know, like I didn't have a plan, because AVID helped me like make a plan where I was going to go and what I wanted to do. So.
Great. So when you did your college applications, was there a lot of essay writing involved?
It was a lot of thinking.
A lot of
Yeah.
thinking.
Exactly, because these questions, they hit you where it's about just not the current moment. Because I know UMD, it had a lot of diversity questions, and one of them was about a photo too. So you had to think hard about what you're gonna say. So it's pretty much just a lot of thoughtful.
So did they gave you a photo to look?
Oh no, you submitted your own photo.
And then what did you have to do with that?
Describe how it had a huge impact on yourself. So it's just, you had to think of things and just put your heart out.
A lot of different essay topics.
Great. Did you have any other applications that were interesting or different like that? Because that sounds like something a little bit different than what we're used to with the...
I know for UMBC to apply for the honors college, I had to write an essay on like a real life solution where you use different subjects, like, and I forget what the word is for it, but it's like meshing like topics together to create a solution. And I picked filtration systems in like say some part of Africa, and I had to explain like how I would like use government to get money and like engineering to like make the water systems happen. So it was different than just asking like, oh, what are your hardships? Like it was asking you to actually draw out like something that you probably planned in college. So that was interesting to me.
Great. So what do you think made you attractive enough to be a semifinalist? What do you think when they read your essays, what do you think stuck out to them?
I have no idea. I didn't think I was going to get this far, honestly. I was surprised when she told me. She said, Monet, come here. I said, what? She said, you know, you're semifinalist. I said, really? She said, yeah. I was like, you know, but I didn't really think I was going to get as far as I did. So I'm really, I'm shocked about it. But, I don't think I'm really that much of a special kind of female, but.
Oh, you're
yeah.
special. If you've been chosen, you have some merit.
So that's great.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
And you've also been offered many other scholarships.
Yes.
So maybe there's a little more there than you think, huh?
Yeah.
So how did you find out you were a Dell semifinalist?
Through my teacher, my AVID teacher, Miss Sellers, and she keeps me updated with everything. So she's really been helpful since I first met her. So she pushes you to do everything. She doesn't you don't slack off with her or anything. You have to really be on point all the time. So she's been helpful.
Excellent. Harry, why do you think they chose you as a semifinalist?
I'll have to agree with Monet. I have no idea. So how I figured out was I checked my email and it said, congratulations, you're a semifinalist. So the next day I went to AVID class and I showed Miss Goforth. I was extremely excited, but in the back of my head, I'm just like, why? What did I do? It's just, I guess, I don't know. I can't recall much of what I wrote down or typed. It's just, I know when I did it, it was a lot of personal questions, so I know I put my heart out on that. So maybe that's possibly one reason
So maybe
why.
they saw what was inside of you as
Yeah.
well as your academic record. and saw that you were really something special, even though you're
Yeah.
saying I'm really not anything special.
Just an ordinary person.
Just an ordinary guy. Austin, what about you?
Before I started applying, I was talking to Miss Wilford, asking her, like, is it worth it? Because when you see a big $20,000 scholarship, you're like, oh, so many people are going to apply. I'm never going to get picked. I'm here now. But so she told me that she believed in me, and she thought that I really had a chance. So that like helped me, gave me some spirit to fill out the application. Filled it out, and I like just described. I was just open and honest about everything on there. I shared like stuff that I had to experience, all the adversity, and I think it was like how I demonstrated all that through my writing, and with how well I've done in school. I think that paired together, they saw that I had potential, like they said in their GPA, their version of GPA.
And I think it's interesting that the two of you say, you know what, I'm nothing special. I'm just like my peers. And maybe there were more of your AVID peers that should have applied as well, right? So you guys took the risk, you filled out the application, you put the effort into the application. You said you're a great writer, it wasn't that difficult for you. How about you guys? Was it a little more taxing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm more gifted with mathematics to begin with, so I'm not big on writing as I am on math, so it definitely took me a little while to construct my thoughts. But after a while, it was worth it, so.
Yes, I'm sure now, now it
definitely.
seems to be worth it.
Yeah.
So when we're looking at other AVID students, other students in the county who have that good academic record, and they're kind of thinking about, you know, should I take the risk? Should I apply? What would your advice be?
Take that big step, because it's a time. It takes a lot of time to do it, of course, but if you think about it, you read it. If you apply for other scholarships, you're still going through the same process as doing the Dell scholarship. So you might as well just take that extra time and do it.
I'd say that with the 3 hours that I took, it would be better to spend 3 hours to try to earn a scholarship that's $20,000 than spend, say, you do 5 scholarships that are $1,000, and it takes you about the same time, and you won't get all 5 $1,000 scholarships. So, fact is, I mean, it's the worst they can say is no. So why not apply for it? So.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell me, as AVID students, so you definitely jumped into AVID, both feet, started in 6th grade, stayed all the way through to your senior year. What would you say to other AVID students about the value of AVID, or, you know, how AVID helps you prepare for this moment where you are, which is where we want all students to get? So what would you say to them about your AVID experience?
You should definitely stay in it, because AVID does so much that normal students don't really get, such as, I'm pretty sure you guys get grade sheets, right? Grade sheets, they keep you updated on your grades before like asking the teacher, you know what you're missing. And that's just something that a normal student usually doesn't get unless they go one-on-one with a teacher.
And I've definitely talked to my classmates that aren't in AVID, because, I mean, it's been kind of a rep that, like, the smart kids don't take AVID, or, like, my valedictorian is not an AVID, or they, like, it's not the most intelligent people they think aren't in AVID. But I think that from 6th grade on, we were exposed early to what college was about. We did those projects, so we knew what we were getting ourselves into once we got into high school and the whole application process. So.
And to those people that say the most intelligent people don't take AVID, what do we say about that?
We're just as good as they are.
That's
so
right. And we have, you know,
better.
3 Dell semifinalists sitting here, so you guys are doing something right. So you're taking those rigorous classes. Did all of you take your AP test? How did that turn out?
Last year, and then I have ours this May.
Yeah, I have 5 to take this May. So, yeah. But I'm looking forward to it, so it's not bad.
AP test just means there's no final, so
Right.
I'm fine with that.
Get a break.
There you go. And you guys felt prepared for AP classes, prepared for your test, you know,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
ready to go. So what specific skills have you learned in AVID do you think that you will take with you and continue to use in college?
It have to be the last two letters of AVID, individual determination, because even though I was always determined as a young person, as I got older, I really had to have my own drive. Cause I didn't really have that person, except my mom, to really push me there. So I had to really get it into myself to really push myself to those limits that were out of my comfort zone. So really the determination part is what AVID really gave to me.
Great. What about you guys?
That's definitely right.
Yeah.
On top of that, the first couple years of AVID, note taking is serious.
Yeah.
So I would have to take that with me to college.
I'm also, because we go over organization and keeping our binder organized, I think keeping your binder organized almost leads into also keeping your own personal life and other things organized as well. Because if you can keep your binder organized, then it kind of like gives you confidence to keep other things organized, like keeping a planner and whatnot. So.
Yeah, it's the little things about AVID that helps, and the biggest ways you didn't think it would help you. So.
So, and I know that this year with all of the college applications and the scholarships and the personal volunteering and all of the things that you're trying to fit into your schedule, I'm sure that your, scheduling and prioritizing has really served you well.
Yes.
Excellent. So any last minute advice to people who are still looking for scholarships, still applying, or any last minute advice for other students out there?
I know it's peak scholarship right now, because college application process is mostly, like a lot of the applications are over, so now is like a time when, like I've been getting handed scholarships from my guidance counselor, like a Senate scholarship, a delegate scholarship, so like right now is a time that you're going to be getting a lot of scholarships and it's going to be very competitive. So I think now is when everyone needs to like get on board and step up and really fill them out.
Great.
I agree with him 100%.
Yeah, that's
Step up your game and
that's
take
the
that
big
step.
part. Yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. It was a pleasure to have you on the show. And best of luck as the finalists are announced, and we'll be looking for your names.
I hope so.
Thank you.
You're welcome.